Hola mundo, buenos dias. So for this video, I want to talk to you about some stem changing verbs or boot verbs in Spanish. And these ones in particular are going to have an E change to an I. And I'll remind you really quick why they're called boot verbs or stem changing verbs. So normally when you conjugate a verb in Spanish, like say hablar, I'm going to take the AR off. And what's left, the HABL, that's the stem. And in these verbs, that stem is going to change. And it only changes in four positions. These the yo form, the tú, the el, ella, usted, and then the ellos, ellas, ustedes form. And then if I could potentially kind of draw a boot around that, and that's where the word boot verbs comes from. So just to kind of show you how it works, I went ahead and did the verb pedir for you on the screen. So the E changes to an I in those four positions. So it looks like that. Pido, pides, pide, pedimos, pedis, and piden. So we've got four other verbs in addition to pedir. We have competir, repetir, servir, and medir. They're all E to I stem changing verbs. The other thing that's nice about these verbs is that since they're all also IR verbs, they all end in IR like pedir, they will all also have these same endings. So the O, the ES, and so on. That's the same. So that's also nice. So what I did for you here, if you want to just really practice it quick, take a practice, pause the video and see if you can conjugate the verb servir, maybe on a piece of paper just in your head, and then hit play again, and I'm going to show you the answers in about 2 seconds. So hit pause if you want to do that. Okay, so I'm going to move down for you. So servir would look like this. Sirvo, sirves, sirve, servimos, servis, and sirven. So hopefully you get the idea here. If you want to, I've got a practice activity. If you want to see if you can get those correctly, go ahead and pause the video again and do those answers, and I'll give you the answers in about 3 seconds. So pause the video. Okay, I am going to go ahead and just type the answers over here on the right. So mi maestro will be repite las instrucciones. Los niños miden los ingredientes. Yo pido la ensalada grande. Mi amiga y yo competimos, so I did not change that E to an I because it's in the nosotros form. And then the last one we have is los meseros sirven la comida. And those are the answers. One tip I'd give for you before we end this video is if you're having trouble remembering these verb conjugations, I would suggest that you make a flashcard, and on one side of the card, just write, say the verb is servir. You'd write servir, and then in parentheses put the E-I, and then put to serve next to it. Or actually, you can put that on the back side too. It doesn't really matter. And then on the opposite side of the card, you put all of this information right here. So when you're looking at the card, on one side it'll say servir, E-IE, to serve, and the other side will say this. What you're going to try and do is when you're looking at this information, just say to yourself in your head, sirvo, sirve, sirve, like that, or even you could write it down and test yourself that way. It's a really good way to study the verb conjugations. If you have questions about anything you saw in this video, let me know. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time. Adios.